Hey guys, welcome to another episode of WildStar Made Simple. In this episode I'm going to talk about a weird bug that gets your action set builder thing and makes it disappear, and my tip on how to be ready for dungeons or group content, which sounds a bit vague and weird, but I didn't know how to explain that, so you'll see it when it comes. So yeah, the first thing is if you look at my mouse at the bottom left, action set builder, that usually is always there, and this is where you choose your abilities, and you can set up your amps, which are kind of like talent points if you look at World of Warcraft. So you can customize your kind of gameplay. Do you want more damage, more support, more utility, that kind of thing. But we're gonna look at that stuff in another episode, just some little tips and stuff to try to make it more simple. But in this one, I'm just talking about this thing down here, the action set builder. This thing kind of disappears sometimes from here and from this bottom left menu. It just disappears into thin air. That could have been hotfixed or fixed in the last couple of patches. I'm not too sure, but in case anyone still has that problem, how I fixed it, or how I get around it, is I go to keybinds, go escape, and then keybinds on the left, and then you look for it in here. Hopefully I can find it for you pretty fast. See, I go through this in real time, I don't just skip, the magic of editing, right? I could just do that, but I don't know why I do it this funny way. Anyway, here we found it. It didn't take that long. Limited action set builder. So I just hotkeyed that to a key. So I made it that semicolon weird thing, because that's a key I'm never going to press anyway, so whatever. So that's what I do. Then yeah, you can just press it and then you have it. So if that bug still exists, I'm not even sure. If anyone has that problem, then you can do that, because this is a really important thing to have and to keep looking at. Every time you level, you're gonna have points to spend in it, so you really need to access that. So yeah, if you have that problem, that's how you can get around it. So the next thing I was saying is about it's how to be more ready for dungeons. What I meant by that is as I'm leveling, I'm a DPS Esper. But to be more ready for group content is to also be able to heal whenever, you know what I mean? Ooh, we have 4 people in the group. There are no healers that want to join our group. So it would be easy to find a DPS, but it's hard to find a healer. So if you have a set of support gear, you can now fill the healer role, and you can easily find a DPS. So that group content, that dungeon or adventure or expedition, whatever, could actually get going just because you swapped to the support role, you know what I mean? So how you do that is, whenever you pick up any gear that isn't assault, there's no assault option, it's support instead. I just grab that piece and chuck it at the bottom of my inventory. So right now I have legs that are support, and I have a helmet that's support. So now I have 2 pieces of support, because that's all that I've seen so far, and I'm level 8. So as I go, again, when there's no upgrade assault gear, I'm going to pick the support gear, and instead of selling it or salvaging it, I'm just going to put it in my bag. So that way, eventually I'll have a full set of support in my bag. It's kind of inconvenient because it takes up inventory space, but hopefully you can manage that. So yeah, I'll have a full support set. So then, if we're in a group and we need a healer, there are no healers whatsoever available. So now if we're doing group content, or a dungeon or whatever, and we need 1 healer and there's no healers out there available, you can switch to the support role, so the tank or the healer, whatever, and yeah, you just put on your gear, and then the whole group activity can now go ahead just because you did that. Because otherwise, and it does happen sometimes, you just will never ever find a healer or a tank, depending on what time you log in, if people are asleep and stuff, or not many people are online. So you being that tank or healer, you just saved that run. It could have not happened unless you did this. So yeah, that's my recommendation for everyone. If you don't like healing or tanking no matter what, then yeah, you don't have to do it, you know what I mean? But it might just be a little bit harder to get a group going for stuff. So yeah, that's all I had for you in this episode, so thank you for watching, and I'm gonna splash into this water, and hello, mammoth dude person. But yeah, see ya in the next episode.